Okay, so here's an example of some interest-based activities that you can do at home with your children, or even another connection within your classroom. So Reed's interest right now is pumpkins, right, Reed? You love pumpkins, don't you? We've been reading lots of books. These are books that you can just check out at the library. Pumpkin Heads, the Runaway Pumpkin, and this one has some really good rhyming words in it. And then we have the National Geographic nonfiction Halloween book, where you've learned about pumpkin patches, right? And you know that pumpkin patches are super fun, aren't they? Mm-hmm. What do you know about pumpkin patches? What grows in a pumpkin patch? Tell me what that is.
Pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin. And does a pumpkin start out really big, or does it start out really tiny? It starts out, when it grows really big, it does grow really big, but it starts out nice and tiny, right? It starts out with just a seed, doesn't it? And you learned about that. And we know that pumpkins grow on vines. We've talked about all of that. And then we've made some pumpkin faces. And so this was, Reed named all of these pumpkins. This one's happy, this one's excited, this one is mother, right? And what one is this one going to be?
I don't know.
Not sure yet? So this is a way that we incorporated social emotional skills, so labeling emotions, and something that was interesting for Reed. And you can do dramatic play with the pumpkins. So what else we're going to do, Reed, is we're going to do a math game. And this is we're going to measure which pumpkin is the biggest. Which one of these do you think weighs the most? That one? It's the heaviest? You think so? Okay, so we have our scale, okay? So let's measure it, okay? So once we got that in here, whoa, Reed, come over here and see this. What number comes up? What is that number, do you know? A 1 and a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Come around this way, you can see it. A 1 and a
7.
A 7. That 1 and a 7 is 17. That's a lot. So we can write down 17. We could do 17 stickers on a graph sheet. We could do 17 stamps.
I'll do 17 stamps.
17 stamps? Okay. We'll do that next, okay? So what one do you want to weigh next, Reed?
I want to, yeah, this one.
Okay, should we weigh this one and see how much this one weighs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Well, how much is this one going to weigh? Let's see. How much, Reed? Come on over to this side so you can see. It's not registering. Technical difficulties on the day of the, there we go. Technical difficulties, but we would weigh this one and then we could graph this one too, right? And the same thing with this one. We could weigh the small one. And then we have where we can also, come over this way, Reed. We can figure out how many inches around the pumpkins are, and this is a nice expansion activity for math. Again, which one do you think is the widest around, Reed? This one? Yeah, this one's the biggest. This one is 32.5 inches versus this little one. How many inches do you think this one is? Not sure. Look it. It's 11.5. Which one has a wider circle around it? This one does, because that has more inches. You're right. Okay. The other activities we could do is we could also estimate how many blocks tall each one of these is. How many do you think this is? How many blocks do you think it'll take to make it to the top of this one? I know you want to do those stamps. So this is where we could do some more estimation activities. All of these are just kind of really quick, where I'm going through really fast just to show some examples. of some of the connection activities that we can do. And you can read, you can do some stamps. Oops, there we go. On that. And then also there's the home connection, or even at school if you have the capabilities. But we have some pumpkin, and we've talked about making pumpkin bread, pumpkin pies, things that you can make with pumpkin, just to do an expansion lesson about pumpkins and asking probing questions to your children about what do you think we could make from pumpkins.
Or you can put stamps on a pumpkin.
You can put stamps on a pumpkin, that's right. What other things would you like to do with the pumpkins, Reed?
I was put stamps.
You want to put stamps on them? What do you think would happen if we cut this top off, Reed, and we opened it up?
Die.
It would die? Whoa! On the pumpkin?
Mm-hmm. It would die and go splat and we'll make a mess.
It'll really go splat and make a mess, that's right.
It's going to get ruined and ruined the pumpkin.
Yep, and it would get ruined, but you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And so then this is a way that we could talk about the inside of the pumpkin, and we could...
Let's just say there's some guts in there.
There's some guts in there, that's right, some pumpkin guts. And we could make pumpkin seeds. Just all these are different ways that you can expand upon your child's interests. Thank you.